Started my first exposure with procurement was when I was with Black & Decker and joined them as a buyer in the mid-1980s, and it was amazing. I learned so much very, very quickly. Traveling internationally, doing deals that really most of my friends at the time just never had that opportunity. So it's a fantastic learning experience. I took that experience from Black & Decker into the automotive and the aerospace industry with the likes of Lucas, Automotive Products, and then Rolls-Royce. And one of the things that I found in all of those industries or all of those organizations is how do you manage key supplier relationships after the contract is signed? Because one of the characteristics of the aerospace industry and indeed the automotive industry is that you can't switch suppliers in and out just like that. You have to find a way of working with them for usually a very, very long time. In the case of aerospace, decades. That really drove my interest in supplier relationship management, and that's formed the basis of my MBA research project, but also my lecturing and consulting and training practice today. Well, most organizations struggle with SRM because they tend to focus on the front end of category management. A lot of the focus tends to evaporate after the contract is signed, and where organizations suffer is that they experience poor performance, late delivery, poor quality, for example, escalating prices, sometimes call that value leakage. Never mind the opportunities to start capturing more innovation, superior performance, and improvements in value for money over time. So that's why SRM is still pretty much the untapped big opportunity within the procurement field. How we help organizations with SRM is that we bring tools, process, and skill development to their people. And that usually starts with understanding how effective their current practice is, and for that we use the SRM health check, which is a diagnostic which has got between 100 and 120 different factors that we assess. Then we get into skills training for people with their people so they can understand what good practice not only is but how you apply it. And then finally we work with the client on key supplier relationships and help them analyze the relationship, develop options, and then ultimately develop a strategy which they then have to implement. One of the features of doing SRM really well is that it is a cross-functional endeavor. And what I mean by that is that people from, not just from procurement, but it might be from operations, it might be from a technical function somewhere, finance function. And what SRM does, it brings those people together. So very often for the first time, they're actually working together as a team, diagnosing what's going on in the relationship and then developing a strategy. And so that tends to be not just educational and enlightening, almost in every single case, but it's also motivating when people see the possibilities of what can be achieved through actually working together and working in alignment. The end result of this activity is that organizations are able to secure cost reduction, improvements in innovation capture, improvements in performance, whether that be cost, quality, delivery, and more effective working with their key supplier relationships.